Welcome to the Heart of Giving. I'm Heather Clemens, the marketing consultant for the United Way of the Mark Twain area. This podcast will highlight one of our partner agencies that is making a real difference in the community we all share. We invite you to listen and think about how you can give back, whether it's by volunteering your time or making a donation to support the work happening here at home. As we look ahead to Giving Tuesday, we encourage you to join us for a special event, Charcuterie for Charity, happening Friday, December 2nd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Rialto Banquet Hall in downtown Hannibal. Now from the Burt Studio at Hannibal LaGrange University, here is today's conversation featuring one of our partner agencies.
Welcome back to the Heart of Giving. I'm Trey Sangiacomo, and today we're highlighting one of our amazing partner agencies. The Douglas Community Services has played a big role in our community, and we're excited to hear more about its impacts and future. Joining us is Emily Trevathan. Let's get started. So, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what this center means to you personally?
Sure. My name, like you said, is Emily Trevathan. I am a Hannibal native. I've lived here, been away, and come back. And Douglas Community Services is an amazing place to work, number one. I got started as being on the board about 7 years ago, and the work that we do just really spoke to my heart, and I wanted to be a bigger part of that.
What what brought you back to Hannibal? You mentioned that you left, you came back. What's something that brought you back to the community?
Well, like most kids that grow up here, you just want to leave.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I went to college, and I had a kid, and I decided that Hannibal was where my family was, and it really truly is a great community. There's lots of support from not just family, but from people that you see on a daily basis.
Yeah. All right. Can you tell us, for people who may not know, can you share a little history about the Douglas community?
Sure. Douglas Community Services opened in 1969 at the former Douglas School here in Hannibal. It was opened by the Second Christian Church, which was a Disciples of Christ, now Willow Street Christian Church, and to provide a place for community gatherings and for this service to those in need.
So it's grown a lot over the years. So if you could dream big, where do you see the Douglas Community Services in 5 to 10 years?
Right. So everything has an evolution, right?
Yeah.
And where we started was sort of the same place we still are, is helping to build strong kids, strong families, and a strong community. And that is the heart, that is the mission of Douglas, and the heart of the employees and the board is to continue on in that way. My big dream is to continue to provide for our youth. We have several youth programs. We have Head Start, and we have Kids in Motion, and I'd like to grow those programs in kind of a more especially Kids in Motion, in a more workforce development sort of way, so that kids are getting at a young age an idea of what they can do in our community, especially.
Yeah. So you mentioned everything has to evolve. How has the Douglas community evolved over these years since opening in 1969?
Right. We have had programs, just like anything. Programs have come and programs have gone, but we still are continuing to serve the community through the ways that we do.
All right. What is a success story of an individual or a family that has been impacted by the Douglas community that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, we have many of these stories. And one, in more general aspect, I'd like to talk about Head Start and what it does for parents and what it does for children, too. So the Head Start program allows parents to learn some necessary skills for working. They learn not only how to be parents they learn how to be a part of a community. They have opportunities to serve on a parent advisory committee or a policy council. So they're starting to get some of that way to be a community-minded person that they may not have been before. And then the Head Start kids just get this amazing opportunity that they may not otherwise have had, to lead them to whatever their passion is. They get all kinds of experiences being in Head Start that they may not have just by going to a daycare. Head Start is a child learning center as much as it is a place to have, take your kids so you could go to work.
What kind of challenges do you face?
Oh, well, right now we face sometimes funding challenges. There's been a lot of insecurity in the funding world this year from coming down from the federal level. And so our challenge right now is to look to how do we diversify our funding stream so we're not solely relying on one source to support our programs.
I gotcha. How can the community step up to support the Douglas Community Center?
Yeah. First, I'd like just to thank the community in general because they are very supportive of Douglas in all of our ways. But there's several different ways. We can, as a community member, you could host a food drive. You could offer to volunteer at our food pantry or through our other programmings. We have a community garden, so during the spring and summer, fall, if anybody gardeners are out there, they could come help us with that. To sponsor events, we have a Burgers and Brews Fest coming up, and that is in support of our foundation scholarship. So there's opportunities for businesses or people to sponsor or just to come and have a burger and listen to some live music. Other ways are to become maybe like a monthly donor or even in the long run looking into endowments.
So I'm assuming like those proceeds are all kind of things that go towards the Douglas communities.
Sure. So the first year, last year, we were raising money for our capital campaign. We just built a new building and had moved in last November, so we've been there almost a year. And that event was just specifically for the capital campaign. This year is for our foundation, the scholarship program that we have through the foundation. It's for non-traditional students. Someone who isn't going to be going to a 4-year college, somebody that might be going into straight into a trade and needing some uniforms or something like that.
So the United Way has a big event that Douglas will be a part of coming up soon. Can you talk to us a little bit about the Charcuterie for Charity party happening on December 2nd?
Sure. I think this is the second year also for the charcuterie party. The third year. I apologize. The first 2 years was in the evening, and it's a lot of fun. Businesses pair with nonprofits, and we each have tables of charcuterie. There have been, first year we did chili, I think, and last year we did popcorn, but there's also a variety of desserts in your traditional charcuterie. But it's a nice time for businesses and nonprofits to gather together and celebrate the Day of Giving.
Do we have an idea of what our charcuterie will be for this year? Do we have some insider information?
I think it's a fruiterie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds like a lot of fun. Is there anything else that you would like to add and kind of talk about?
The United Way is a great supporter of Douglas Community Services in general, but specifically the United Way funds our Kids in Motion program, which is a 2-week summer program for boys and girls going into 5th and 6th grade. And it's like I was talking about earlier, this sort of pre-workforce development. They're learning how to be entrepreneurs. They're learning soft skills of speaking in public, and they're also learning how to give back to their community at the same time. United Way also supports our food pantry and the services that we provide through the food pantry, care closet, and emergency food, as well as our CASA program, which is the court-supported special advocates.
Thank you for tuning in to The Heart of Giving. We hope you've been encouraged to take part in building a stronger community. For more information about our partner agencies or to get involved, visit unitedwaymta.org. Until next time, I'm Heather Clemens. Thank you for listening and for being a part of The Heart of Giving.